So we have finished the body and the legs, and we sewed the legs on, and it stands up very nicely for me. Mine are a little wide. The placement for me was a little bit off. I found this was the trickiest part, but at least it stands, and it gives the dog character. Maybe it looks like it's walking or so forth. But now we're ready to put the head on the dog, or to make the head for the dog. And we are going to go back to the same yarn we used for the body and the same hook that we've been using through the project, and we're just going to make a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 2. For the first round, which is going to be the right side, we're going to work 6 single crochets in the second chain from hook. We're going to join the stitch with the first single crochet in the round, so we'll have 6 single crochets in round 1. For round 2, we're going to turn our work and chain 1. This will be the wrong side, and we're going to complete 2 single crochets in each of the next stitches 6 times, so we'll have a total of 12 single crochets for round 2. We're going to join with the first single crochet made in the round. Turn our work, and we're ready for round 3. And in round 3, we're going to chain 1, and then the directions say to single crochet in the next stitch, and then complete 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So we'll single crochet, then do 2 single crochets, then 2 single crochets 6 times, and then we'll slip stitch in the first single crochet to join, and we'll have 18 single crochets for round 3. After round 3, we'll turn our work. This will be round 4. We're going to chain 1, and then it says to single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then we'll complete 2 single crochets in the next stitch. We'll do this a total of 6 times, and in round 4, after we join, we'll have a total of 24 single crochets. Okay, for round 5, we'll turn our work, chain 1, and then rounds 5 through 8 is the same. You want a single crochet in each stitch around, so we'll have a total of 24 single crochets for rounds 5 through 8, making sure to join in the first single crochet of the round before you turn. Once we have finished round 8, we are going to turn our work, and now we're going to start decreasing. So we chain 1, and then we single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then we are going to single crochet 2 together. We're going to do this 6 times in this round, and we shall end up with 18 single crochet stitches after we join with the first single crochet of the round. In round 10, we will have our work turned. We'll chain 1, and then we'll single crochet in the next stitch, and single crochet 2 together. And we'll repeat this pattern 6 times in this round, and slip stitch in the first single crochet to join, and we should have 12 single crochets for round 10. Rounds 11 through 12 are the same. You make sure that your work is turned, you chain 1, and then you are going to single crochet in each stitch around, so you will have a total of 12 single crochets for both 11 and 12. So we'll come back on the last round, which is round 13. After we have completed round 12, we're ready for round 13, and we are going to chain 1, and then we will create 2 single crochets in each stitch around, so that would be a total of 24 single crochets in this round. Then we'll fasten off and stuff the head and sew it right onto the body. So when I come back, we will be ready to do the snout. As you can see, I have attached the head to my dog, and I am ready now to make the snout. And the snout I'm going to make using white yarn, because that's what the pattern specifies, but I would use the same yarn that you had used for the bottom of the feet of the dog. So we're going to take our crochet hook and we're going to make a slip knot. And then the first thing that we do is chain 6. Next we're going to work 3 single crochets in the second chain from hook. And this is round 1, and this is going to be the right side of our project. And then we're going to single crochet in the next 3 chains. Create 3 single crochets in the last chain. And basically, we're forming a round. We're going to be working the other side of the chains now by chaining in the next 3 single crochets, so we're rotating our work as we go. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then we've completed the rounds, and we're going to slip stitch in the first single crochet we made to join. And so we should have a total of 12 single crochets for round 1. And we have like a oval looking shape. So for round 2, we're going to turn our work, chain 1, and then single crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then we are going to work 2 double crochets in the next single crochet, and we're going to do this 3 times, so we're going to be increasing our round. If you haven't worked a double crochet before, you yarn over your hook first, then you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch, then you yarn over again, pull that loop through the stitch, so you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops, and then yarn over again and pull through those 2 loops. So that's 1, so we'll yarn over, insert our hook back into the same single crochet because we're completing 2 of these in 1 stitch, and then you yarn over, pull through the loop through that stitch, yarn over again, pull through the 2 loops on your hook, and that all should remain 2 loops. So you yarn over and pull through those 2 loops, and now you have another double crochet. So we'll double crochet twice in the next 2 stitches. Next we're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then we're up to our last curve, and we are going to double crochet twice in the next stitch 3 times. I should say the next 3 stitches. So we can 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, so that's 1 stitch. Then we go to the next and do 2 more double crochets in that one. And then we go to the last stitch and we make 2 double crochets in that one. So to finish the round, we will slip stitch in the first single crochet to join. In round 2, we'll have a total of 18 stitches, which are 12 double crochet stitches and 6 single crochet stitches. So we're ready for round 3. So we turn our work, we chain 1, and then we're to double crochet in the next 6 stitches. Then the pattern says to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then we're going to double crochet in the next 6 stitches again. And then lastly, we are going to single crochet in the last 3 stitches. So in this round, we should have a total of 12 double crochets and 6 single crochets, or 18 stitches. And we will slip stitch in the first double crochet to join. We turn our work, and we are ready for rounds 4 through 5. And all we're going to do is chain 1, single crochet in each stitch around, making sure to slip stitch in the first single crochet to join the round and turning each time. So we will have a total of 18 single crochets, or 18 stitches, for rounds 4 through 5. So after you finished round 5, we're going to turn our work and we're going to start on round 6, and we're going to chain 1. And then the instructions say to single crochet in the first 4 stitches, and we're not going to join, and we'll have a total of 4 single crochets. So we're doing rows now instead of rounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to turn our work. Round 7, we're going to chain 1, single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together, and then we're going to single crochet in the last stitch. So we should have a total of 3 single crochets for round 7. We're going to turn our work, we're going to chain 1, this is going to be round 8, and it says to single crochet in each stitch across. So we have 3 single crochets for that row. Rows 9 through 10 are just a repeat of row 8. So we're going to turn, single crochet across, and this is row 10, and then after we're done with 10, we have one last row, 11, so we turn, chain 1, and this one says to single crochet 3 together, so it's like 2 together, only we're doing 3 stitches. So you insert your hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the second stitch, pull up a loop, and insert your hook into the last stitch and pull up a loop. So you'll have a total of 4 loops on your hook. You just yarn over and pull that through all 4 loops, and there you have it. So after we have done this, we'll fasten off. We're going to leave a long tail to sew this because this is going to get sewn to the head. And we just pull the thread all the way through. And of course we want to weave in our ends, stuff, and then it will be attached to the head. So it's going to be a stripe down the front, and then so like that. And then after we're done with that, we are going to make the nose. So I have my snout sewed on to my dog. Oh, say that 10 times fast. Snout sewed. Anyway, we are now ready to make the nose, and we are going to be using the black yarn for that. So I'm just going to create a slip knot. We're going to be using the same crochet hook we've been using through this project, which is size G for me. And then we will start by chaining 2. For round 1, that's going to be our right side of our work, we are going to stitch 6 single crochets in the second chain from hook. Okay, that was my 6th one. Now we will join in the first single crochet we made with a slip stitch. That will complete round 1. So we'll turn our work, and this will be round 2. We're going to chain 1, and then it says to single crochet in each stitch around, slip stitching in the first single crochet to join. And remember, this is the wrong side of our work, so we want to have the stitches curl up towards us. For round 3, this will be our final round. We want to make sure we have our work turned. We're going to be chaining 1, and then we're going to single crochet in each stitch around. We'll slip stitch in the first single crochet to join. Then we're just going to fasten off, and we're going to stuff, weave in our tails, and then leave a long tail for sewing to the snout, and it will go right in the center like that when we're done. So I'll come back after I've done that, and we'll be ready to make the eyes. Okay, I got my nose sewn on. It's not exactly like the picture in the pattern, but it's close enough for me. And we're ready to make the eyes, so we want to make a slip knot. We're still using black and the G hook, and we will chain 2. And then we're going to single crochet 4 times in the second chain from hook. Once we have our 4 single crochets made, we're going to join with the first single crochet with a slip stitch. And then after we have joined, we will fasten off. So we cut a long tail to sew it onto the dog. And there we have our eye. We're going to weave in our ends, of course. And the instructions also say to add a white French knot to the center of the eye. So how to show you how to do a French knot in the eye, like I did here. I just take a scrap piece of white yarn, and I make sure that my right side is facing, and I just poke the needle through the center of the eye, and then it's kind of like a square knot in a way. I want to pull enough so I'm not pulling the whole yarn through, but you just kind of wrap your needle around. So I'm wrapping the yarn around my thumb, and I'm sticking my needle under and through, and then I just take my fingers and just kind of push the knot down and then just pull it tight. And I'm not the best French knot maker, but I pull my tail on the other end through, so that way the knot is against the part that we crocheted, and then I just stick my needle off to the side, not through the same hole, but kind of like that, and I just pull it through, and then I have my French knot just kind of sitting, so it's a little bit elevated compared to the eye. On the reverse side, all I do is I just take my ends, and it's like tying a square knot with shoelaces. I just wrap them around and tie a knot, And I know this isn't the correct way of doing it because I do embroider, but this isn't going to be seen, being that we're sewing the eye onto the dog, and there isn't that much room to weave in your ends. So I just tie it twice, so I got a double square knot there, and then I take a scissors, cut off the ends, and then here we go. There's our square knot. So then we'll just sew it right onto the dog. And I know I haven't really been showing you guys how to sew either. I just do overcast stitches. And it's not perfect, but I place the eye there. My needle, I just poke it down, then poke it back up, hopefully catching both the head and the eye stitches, just like that. And then I just pull the yarn through like so, and then I just keep going around like that, and then so it will just hold the eye there, and then when I'm done I just take my needle and just weave underneath a couple times and then cut off the tail.